saw him, it was like I was seeing a ghost, like every trigger I've ever pulled.
Nope, you're not seeing double. Will Smith is facing off against Will Smith in Gemini Man. It's an action-packed flick. It's from director Ang Lee, and it's using some eye-popping technology. Question is all of that enough to save it from the critics? Let's find out. Our resident film critic, Eli Glasner, is here. He's always got a fantastic take on movies. Ang Lee, Will Smith, I'll take both of them in double and triplicate. Big names. It's a promising start. What is Gemini Man about?
So we have this covert agent, Henry Brogan. That's Will Smith's character. He works for the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency. They're like the CIA, but vaguer. So he's been a hitman, but his conscience is weighing on him. He said his soul hurts, so he wants to retire, heads off to the sunset to do some fishing, but then someone starts coming after him, someone as good as him. He's already like the Sidney Crosby of assassins, and all of a sudden he's being chased by this other guy. Let's take a look at what it sounds like when he catches a glimpse of his shadow in Colombia.
Who are you? I don't want to shoot you.
Fine. Don't shoot me. Mind if I shoot you?
And so as he gets closer, Henry realizes the guy chasing him, the guy matching him, punch for punch, jump for jump, race for race, is him, but a younger version of him. So Will Smith's character, working with another agent, they finally kind of set a trap where they can finally confront this reflection, and Henry shares his theory on, well, how this started. Let's take a look.
He chose me because there's never been anybody like me, and he knew one day I was going to get old and then you'd step in. He's been lying to you the whole time. He told you you were an orphan. And of all the people in the world to come after me, why would he send you? Because I'm the best. You are obviously not the best.
So there you go. You got your 51-year-old Will Smith and your early 20s Will Smith, obviously on screen together, facing off against each other.
You know, it's funny because I always ask Bill, our camera operator, to use the younger lens when I come onto the set. Never seems to work. But how did they do it?
So not that you need it, but you need to talk to the people at Weta. These are the amazing visual effects wizards, the same people who brought Gollum to life in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And the same idea, basically what they had is Will Smith acting as the character Junior, so the younger version of Henry. He's got the motion capture suit. I think we have some footage of it. He's got that face capture technology. And so what they're doing is they're recording Will playing that character and then creating a digital version of the younger Will. So it's an entirely digital performance based on what the older Will has done. But here's the challenge, right? If it's Gollum, okay, I'll take your opinion on whatever Gollum's supposed to look like. Ang Lee has done a digital tiger in Life of Pi. But you and I remember what young Will Smith looks like. And so that level of difficulty, your eye automatically is looking for flaws because that's how our brain works. We're looking to see what doesn't match. That'll tell your brain, warning, warning, something is a little off. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But there's another technological gimmick to this movie. It was shot at 120 frames per second. Most movies are 24 frames a second, but Ang Lee shot this in 3D at 120 frames a second. And in Canada, you can see it, as I did, at 60 frames a second. Every second, 60 frames going into your eye. Never seen anything quite like this.
What does that actually look like?
So you know when you go into home electronics store and you see those new TVs and they have those beautiful videos of hummingbirds and Grand Canyon? It's like that, but 2 hours long. So the crispest, most beautiful, crystal clear movie you have ever seen, except it doesn't look like a movie because it doesn't have that kind of cinematic sheen that we associate with film. 24 frames a second, your eye takes all those images and stitches them together. It's called persistence of vision. At 60 frames a second, it almost looks like real life, but the irony is real life doesn't look so real because we're not used to seeing movies like that, and yet Ang Lee thinks this is what he needs to do to get you off your couch, to get you to leave Netflix, go to the theater, because only in a theater will you be able to see technology like this.
All right, technology aside, though, what lures me to the movies is a great story, great dialogue. Is that here?
So the other irony is they were waiting for the technology to be good enough to make this movie. They forgot about the script. They left that script from 1997 in cold storage, and it feels like a movie from the late 90s. You've got Will Smith trying to do his stoic, I'm not a funny guy thing, which I never enjoy, and then Clive Owen, he plays the military mastermind who's creating all these copies. Now, I like Clive Owen, but this is not his finest hour. He is a walking plot device. He is smug personified. He is a living scowl who is also Junior's father figure. Take a look.
Everything that we've worked for is at stake. He has to die. He's your darkness. You had to walk through this on your own. I love you, Junior.
There you go. He's your darkness. You have to walk through this on your own. Not all the 3D high frame rates or a gazillion Will Smiths can save dialogue like that from this. 2.5 stars out of 5.
I think a gazillion Will Smiths would be just fine.
Oh, do you?
Thank you, Eli.
You're welcome.